I'm like an adult 5-year-old child. And I know that that's an oxymoron and that makes 0 sense, but literally like I'm a 5-year-old in an adult's body. We have different goals and we have different wants and we have different beliefs. That's the beauty of this human experience. This is what I want out of my human experience, and whatever you want out of your human experience is totally fine. I'm not here to judge that. What makes you happy is what's important. So you do what makes you happy, and continue to do what makes me happy. But with that being said, I do want to know what your New Year's resolutions are. So leave them in the comment box below.
Pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows.
Hello, good morning. Actually, maybe I'll take my hair down. I am sitting here working on this dot painting. This house looks like a fucking disaster zone. I need to open these windows. It's so fucking dark in here. Let's first start by changing the mood and opening these windows. Get some sunshine in here. Hi, little girlfriend. Where's your brother? Yeah. Did you like it outside? Where's your brother Harrison, huh? Yeah? Where's he at? I'm standing on top of this couch. I look like a mess. And I really don't care. Let's just start with the fact. If you have... Oh, that can't be good. Do you guys see this? Can you see that? Like, our ceiling in our walkway has cracked. Look at this. That cannot be fucking good. So, obviously, like, that's the ceiling. This is our walkway into the house. And she loves the outset, don't you? You love it? Yes, I know. I know. So New Year's. Oh, she's like, what is that? What is that? Oh, she knows it's water. Something has been digging in my freaking garden. What? Look at this. What is this? Like, oh my god. Is this a squirrel in here or something? Like, alright, well, this netting is gonna have to go back up because that's not good. So, look at my little tomatoes. Aren't they pretty? But, little girlfriend, make sure you keep those squirrels out of my garden, okay? Come on. Can we do this? Thank you. I love you. You're such a good boy. Is that kitty cat crazy, Harrison? So the New Year is coming up, and everybody's posting about their New Year's resolutions, and people are asking like, oh, what's everybody's New Year's resolution? And I haven't even thought of a New Year's resolution, and to be completely honest, this year has been kind of a really weird year for me. I've isolated myself a lot from people this year. Actually, maybe let me set this down so that That's probably not a very flattering angle either, but oh well. Back to what I was saying. This year has been a really weird year for me. So from like 2009 until like 2016, I felt like I was on this like high. Like I was so aware, like I was so aware of the world and like so aware of myself, and I was just like stoned all the fucking time. Like it's like I was so connected with the universe, like I was so in tune with everything, and like I've always kind of been like bare feet, like walking like bare feet, like no makeup, like that's always just kind of been who I am. Like don't really brush my hair, usually wear it up in a bun. It was kind of like my imagination was only the extent of like what I could produce. Does that make sense? I don't know if I worded that right. Like, so like if I could think about it, I knew that it was possible basically. So I said, okay, like I want to take photography serious. You know, I took this in school, I was in college, so I got really heavy into photography and like I did really well. I was having art gallery shows and I was living this like life of around all these other artists and all these creative minds, and like all these people, all these other people around me were making things happen, like making their dreams happen too. Like I started meeting friends that were designers and like they were sewing and getting their designs out there, and I started meeting friends that were models because I was photographing all these models, and like I started meeting all these like artists, like some who are like actually really like famous artists, like my friend Timothy Raines, like that is a friend of mine, like a personal friend of mine, like, and I just started meeting all these awesome crazy people. Like I don't know if I've ever told the story, I probably definitely haven't, because I don't think Carrie's even been on my channel yet, but I have a friend named Carrie, and the way that we met is just like bonkers. Like we met at this like designers party. Basically it was like a socialite party, and if you had money or if you were well known, you were invited. So like I started going from being a photographer into being more of like being at these events because I was known. Like I wasn't there to photograph these events. That led to, hey, you're tall and thin, and why don't you model? And I kind of just fell into modeling. And then I was doing like runway modeling, and I would have photographers like calling to book shoots with me, and like then I started meeting other photographers and I would start modeling for them, and then I was the person like in those abandoned buildings. Like the things I did with my models are things I started doing, and it's like I don't even know how to explain it, because I still can't really wrap my mind around it. Like it still boggles my mind like how it just all like fell into place, but it's all like I don't know. Anyways, from 2009 until 2016, I was living this life that I think a lot of people never live. Like, let's just be honest, a lot of people never live that type of life, you know? Like, a lot of people just work a 9 to 5, and like, I was just always on the go. I was always going. Like, I'm so lucky that I have such an understanding, loving, caring husband, because I don't know how many people would really have dealt with their wife being out without them all the time, because Chris is not the kind of person that wants to go out. Like, and then everything just changed. I just woke up one morning and I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. This isn't making me happy anymore. I'm not sure what I want to do, but I know I want to travel. I definitely want to travel. And I started thinking, and I was like, we've been traveling for as long as we've been together. We've been together almost 11 years. When we would travel, I always photographed all these places because I was like, oh, I want to make a book of doors, and I photographed all these doors in Greece, and like, you know what I mean? Just like, I had all these things I wanted to do outlined in notebooks, and I was just crossing off, highlighting things in notebooks of like things I had accomplished, and like, I still have so many notebooks of things that I was like, this was an idea, and I just jotted it down really quick. And it's like, I forgot about those things because life was moving so quickly. When 2016 hit, it was, my whole life kind of like changed. Everything kind of just abruptly stopped. I got out of the art scene. I got out of modeling. I got out of like, you know, being in like a socialite type of like lifestyle. Like it just stopped. I just stopped. I kind of got like social anxiety, and I didn't want to be around people, and I didn't want to go out. End of 2016. So 2017 and 2018, I really have only just been home and traveling. Like I've really focused a lot of my energy on making videos of our travels, and it's like, I don't think people understand how time consuming it really is. Like I will spend 3 days working on a video, having to look through all the footage we've recorded, like having to cut and splice, having to find music that matches to a certain like tone, having to do voiceovers if the audio gets messed up. Like, I mean, it's a lot. It's really time consuming. And not the camera. Don't get the camera. That's not right. That's not what you're supposed to be getting. You're supposed to get the flowers. Oh, she's going crazy. Sorry, I don't know if that's in the same spot as it was or not. She knocked it over. It's like, basically, we're traveling, and when we're not traveling, I'm home editing. And then by the time I finish editing like one travel video, our next trip comes up. And I'm like so far behind on trips. And it's like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna get done. Like, but it's what's consumed my time in 2017 and 2018. And when I saw everybody was posting about New Year's resolutions and, you know, wanting to make changes and this, that, the other, I started thinking like, what do I want to change? Like basically this year in 2018, I have traveled. When I'm not traveling, I'm editing. Sorry, I'm sitting outside, obviously, and there's a motorcycle apparently. So this year, obviously, like I've traveled, and when I'm not traveling, I edit. And I started gardening this year. So every day I come out, I work in my little garden, and I started thinking, like, what do I want different for 2019? And I'm gonna tell you what I want different. And it's probably not the same things that most people want. Most people want success. Most people want money, love, lose weight, get in shape, all of those things, like buy a house, like whatever. I don't want any of that. I have all of those things. Like I said, like this whole year I've just been like working on projects like the outdoor shower, the garden, the walls, like, and I want to continue that in 2019. I want to continue to learn, like, I guess is really what I want. So my New Year's resolution is I want to learn to forage. I want to learn to know how to identify different plants so that I can pick something and just eat it if it's edible. Like, I want to learn how to grow everything. I want to learn how, like, I can just be on an adventure, hiking in the mountains and wherever we are, and I can just be like, oh, I know these berries are edible or those mushrooms are edible, and like I can forage things. Like, I want to be so knowledgeable when it comes to Mother Nature. That's the first thing. The second thing, I want to get more in tuned with myself, with Mother Earth, with the universe, and like whatever God there is that is all the power, if that makes sense. My New Year's resolution is I want to get more knowledgeable on what I can eat from nature, what nature provides, because nature provides everything that we need as people. I want to get more knowledgeable when it comes to my stones and crystals. I want to start meditating. I don't really meditate. I've always kind of just been connected, and I would think like, oh, I want to do this and then I would get the opportunity to do it. Or I'd say I want to have this, and then somehow I would obtain it. Like, and when I stopped being so busy, I also stopped asking for things. Like, I've never been like, oh, I want to have 1 million subs on YouTube so that I can actually make some sort of money, and like, that would be amazing if that many people like found me and liked me and made a connection with me. Like, that thought has never crossed my mind, and it's like, why haven't I asked for that? Is it because I stopped wanting to interact with people? I stopped wanting to be around people? Does that mean I've like put up a block around myself from people, like from everything? Like, I've blocked, you know, like just this shield of like, stay away from me. Like, because if I have, then obviously that energy is also going out to the world from my channel, like, stay away from me. Like, where I would want to be saying like, come near me, like, come with me, like, join me, let's be friends and family and whatever, you know what I mean? And it's like, I haven't thought about that until right now. Like, thank you, universe. Thank you for showing me ahead of time so that I know what it is that I want to start the new year with. So thank you. So there you go. That was awesome. Just figured that out. Like, and I know if you're not on the same wavelength as me, then that sounds crazy, and that's fine. So what else do I want? I also want to, so that's 2. The third thing I want to do is I want to get everything situated with my grandfather's trust ordeal and get what he wanted done. Like, I really don't want to drag that into 2019, but unfortunately that's out of my control as of right now. And the 4th thing I want to do is I want to start getting, I mean, I'm sure it's not going to happen right away. That's why I'm saying I want to start getting on a track of only eating what I grow and what I forage. I do not want to go into a grocery store for any type of food at all whatsoever. I want to become friends with local farmers so that if I want meat, that I can have a cow butchered and we can exchange money for that cow, or I can exchange stuff that I've grown in exchange for that cow meat or whatever. I'm all about the bartering system. I believe everything should be on a bartering scale, but then again, we all know, if you've been around long enough, I'm a stoner hippie, so what the fuck ever. I know somebody's gonna be like, that's not reality, that's not the way the world works. Listen, I fucking know that's not the way the normal world works, but in my little world that I live in, that is really how it works. Because all of my friends are business owners, and like, if I need my car detailed, like, I exchange my services with the car detailing guy's services. If I need my hair colored, I exchange my services with the hair coloring service lady. If I need my house cleaned, I exchange my services with the house cleaning lady. Like, so in my world, everything is a bartering system. I know in like the bigger scheme of world, like, I don't even have a bank account. Let's be very clear. Like, when I mean like I barter everything, I literally barter everything. So now, my husband lives in the real world. He has a corporate job. He pays the bills. Like, he's in reality. It's not like I've never lived reality. I have lived reality. Trust and believe that. Before I met my husband, I was very much in reality. But this is now my reality, and this has been my reality since 2008, 2009. So I know that I have the power to bring things into my life that I want, and it's just a matter of figuring out what I want. And since it's the new year and people are making resolutions, it's time to sit down and figure out what it is that I want. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I want to travel more. That's the 4th thing. I want to travel more. I would like to somehow figure out how to travel without spending as much money. Like, Chris is amazing. He is an amazing husband. When I tell you that, he is an amazing husband, and I am so blessed, and I am so grateful and thankful for him, and I love him to bits and pieces and then some, okay? I love every atom that he is made up of. Like, I know that sounds creepy and weird, but I don't give a fuck. Like, I literally love everything about my husband. Like, even though he is the complete polar opposite of me, and sometimes it makes me question, like, what the fuck? I still love everything about him. I love the way he thinks. I love the way he is. Like, I love him. Anyways, what the fuck was I saying? Oh, so he saves up for us to be able to go on trips. And I would like to bring the blessings in of, like, receiving trips, but not extending money. So I just want to, like, maybe I'll meet a pilot that's like, oh, I've got my pilot's license, you pay for gas, I'll take you guys where you want. That would be fucking amazing. Like, so somehow I want to attract that into my life, for sure. This is what I want out of my human experience. But with that being said, I do want to know what your New Year's resolutions are. So leave them in the comment box below. And if this is your first time ever seeing my channel, thank you for stopping by. And I really just make travel videos, like home videos. My husband and I, we travel, we take vacations, and I make home videos for our memories, and I share them online, and that's really it. I hope everybody has a wonderful 2019. I hope if you do set goals that you do accomplish them, and you believe in yourself enough to go after them,